See if you can hear me. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Shay. For all of you who do not know, shout out to you guys for being here. Happy Marriage Monday. Okay. I feel like this is necessary for the kingdom, and we're going to just continue to give this wisdom every Monday. We're going to continue to encourage people, specifically men, to find their wives. And whether y'all know it or not, I be pressing people for real. When you gonna find your wife?
Yeah, you
Okay,
do.
and are you, preparing for when your husband meets you? Like, are you preparing? Are you making sure that all of your ducks are in a row? Like, are you making sure that you're fully where you need to be? Because God does things decent and in order. Okay, so that's what we need to remember: decent and in order. And He's not going to allow you to just go out here ruining somebody's life. Oh, just because you want to be married. That's not how He works. Um. So yeah,
You
Marriage
better think
Monday.
real hard before you start jumping the broom.
Say it again.
Think real hard.
Say it again. So, my phone is dead over here, thanks to my son. But yeah, I can't really see anything. But um, the world, the world has made marriage like a ugh, like a yuck, like a I don't need to do that, or there's no point in doing that. The world has done that. And that's because a bunch of worldly people get together thinking that they can do marriage without God. And that's not how it works.
I think it's more the old people have now convinced the younger people because their marriage was a mess.
Yep.
They are in shambles.
Mm-hmm.
They have commitment issues. They have all these issues, and they've convinced the next generation that
Not to get
marriage
married.
is not the thing to do. Where when they were coming up, you got married.
And that was
That's
what
what
you
it
did,
was.
period. Yep.
And now because they made the wrong choices, they picked the wrong partner. They didn't listen to who God was sending to them. Now they're scaring the next generation.
Do you believe in picking the wrong partner?
Oh, absolutely. Well, you could rush in and pick. I mean, you gotta think people that there's guys out there and women too that like to physically abuse
Yeah.
people. There's guys and females out there that like to mentally abuse people. So there are the wrong type of person. But
Uh-huh.
I believe that you can make marriage work in any situation that's not one of those.
100%. Um,
Abuse of any kind,
yeah, no, that's not tolerable.
adultery of any kind.
Okay. But you don't think that that's something that can be worked
It
through?
can. It
Yeah.
can. But you got some people that just can't get enough of it.
Can't
They
help
just can't
themselves.
put it they just can't keep it in their
No
pants.
self-control. See, I believe that in what the Bible says. I believe that all things can be done through Christ. The Bible says that you could do all things through Christ, right? And with that, that means everything, including marriage. Now, I honestly I want to say that I don't believe in marrying the wrong person. That's what I want
Okay.
to say.
Okay.
Because if you're a Christian for a little bit of time, you should have a little bit of discernment. And why is this not turning on
Wait,
silent?
you got to go up to the top.
How do I turn this off? I don't
Pull
know
it
how to work
down.
this
Pull the top
Android.
down
Okay.
and press sound, and then go
Sound.
till it says none. Oh, his is different. Here, throw
Sound.
it to
I don't
me.
know what I'm doing. You know, I got iPhone and everything. So.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I honestly don't feel like as a Christian you could marry the wrong person, because it's like with prayer, like that don't mean just go out and make a foolish decision. But with wisdom, I feel like when you get in your marriage, anything is work throughable.
Work
And
throughable.
yeah. Did it work?
Yeah.
Did you do it? Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'm doing
I
here.
I mean, I think I did. That thing is weird.
I hope you did it. I don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah. So I feel like everything is work throughable.
Yeah.
That's just me. With prayer, you could get through anything
Again,
because
the Bible says not you don't have to stay with somebody that beats you, I think.
no.
I
What?
think there's like 2 or 3. Yeah, wife, I'm pretty sure there's.
No, that's not what I'm talking about because it's like,
Please elaborate.
hold on. Let me get to my life. Let me get in here real quick because I know, like, again, if you're a Christian and you've been walking with Christ for a little bit of time, you can discern things. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, no way, shape, or form when I met you did I say, okay, he beats women.
Oh yeah, no.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just wisdom,
Yeah.
just looking at you. Okay,
Mhm.
well, how does he move around? Like, what's really going on? And again, like, this is how I am with everybody still.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am looking into your soul.
That's
Like,
true.
what is your soul saying right now?
That is very true.
Like, I literally, every single person that I encounter, I'm like, okay, what is, and this is back when I wasn't even that strong in my discernment.
Yeah, you weren't here.
Like, I'm not, yeah, like, I wasn't here, but I had a little bit of something where I could say, okay, let me see what's going on with you.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, again, with wisdom. And why do men beat women 9 times out of 10?
You're mouthy.
No. You play all day, and that's annoying. Hi,
Come on, that was
everybody.
funny. Come on, somebody here had to laugh.
9 times
Abuse
out of
is
10.
not a laughing matter.
9 times out of 10, a male will beat his wife because of infidelity.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to do
Actually,
him.
you know what? And women think that they can just haul off and hit you.
I was just about to get into, and women, if a woman is abusive to her man where she just want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she just want to square up, then you're dealing with a Jezebel spirit.
We know a few out
Period.
there like that.
Listen,
Willing to
we
drop
know
the
the
gloves and fight you quick.
they will throw them hands.
And they'll tell you before they do it.
They will throw them hands. And it's never okay for a man to be abused either. That's never okay. But again, like, with prayer, you gotta know what's really going on. And this dropped in my spirit too while we're talking about this. This wasn't even anything that we had planned. But while we're talking about it, there's a story in the Bible of a woman who, her husband was very nasty to her. And, you know, she was crying out to God about it. And the Lord eventually killed him.
Mm.
So again, we have to be very careful. You can't just go around smacking on God's daughters and think that you're going to be all right.
Right.
You can't just go around smacking on the men that God blessed you with and thinking it's going to be all right. Oh, no. No.
Yeah, no.
No, absolutely not. The Lord will clear the way. Point blank, period. How do we even get on that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But so, we got on it because you were saying you don't feel like there's anything that can't be worked through.
Yeah.
And infidelity came up and abuse came up.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, especially nowadays, I mean, it's gotten kind of calmed down since the 80s and 90s, 50s and up. Lately, you don't really see domestic abuse at its finest.
What?
It's nothing like in the 50s. A woman get a backhand for looking funny.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
everybody knew.
That's true. But I'm talking about, like, if you type in the headlines, man kills his wife.
Oh yeah, it happens all the
blah,
time.
blah, blah.
No,
Like,
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, but it was socially acceptable back then.
oh
What I'm
yeah,
saying.
like the slapping of
It
the
ain't.
woman.
It ain't like that no
Yeah,
more.
no,
Like,
absolutely not.
you smack a woman like that now, you're going to jail.
Period.
Like, but back then, the neighbor would be like, "Oh, she must have got a little lippy," and let me go mind my business. That's just how it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's crazy
That's
out
funny.
there.
That's funny. But yeah. Yeah, there are definitely deal breakers. And I feel like too, like, if we are on point with our positions and our prayers, that God can change anything. What?
I got a great question to ask you since we're here.
What?
So the internet has made infidelity, I don't know, It blown it. It's 10 times more than it ever was.
Yeah.
Correct?
Hmm.
Okay. Is
Oh, you mean
messaging,
like
it makes it more accessible. It's easier to do. You don't have to go up. Back in the day, you had to get up, get dressed, go out. You
find
know,
somebody?
your wife knew that you were walking out the door. Your husband knew that you were walking out the door. Why you dressed like that? Who you all dressed up for? So on and so forth. Okay. Now all you got to do is sit there in your drawers on your couch. Your wife could be sitting right next to you, and
Mm,
you could be texting a girl or on Facebook or Instagram
mm,
or Snapchat or any of the thing. Is
mm.
messaging the opposite sex infidelity in a marriage?
As far as well, are you talking about just casual
No,
conversation?
no, 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 no.
Oh, you talking about like like that
Yeah,
type of thing?
not
Then
physically,
yes,
not physically ever meeting up with them, because this is a guy's loophole. He goes, "Well, I never slept with her. It was just all online." Is that infidelity?
I would say yes. Only because you know your intentions behind it.
I,
You not having Bible study with this lady.
I think
You not
that.
having Bible study with this man, because make no mistake, women do it too. And it's like,
See, now I think men can get over that easier than women can. Women, it's not about the act of sex; it's the connection between the two with a woman.
but pause. What does the Bible say? I'm sorry, because I always got to bring the Bible up. If you even look at somebody and be like, "Ooh, okay," and then your thoughts start wandering off to the left,
Hmm.
adultery,
Yeah.
fornication,
Uh-huh.
sin. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you already in it. Just your thought alone.
Yeah.
Like, let me tell you something, because the Bible made it very clear. You could just think on something or somebody too long and it's considered adultery. Could you pull that Bible scripture up? No, don't do it.
Oh,
I could do it.
so
Somebody can do it for me. So yeah, if you looking at somebody for too long, baby, or thinking about what you would do or could do or flipping, turning, our
married men,
minds,
married men, pay attention to what she's saying, because I'm going to give you a little something after this. Keep going. Your minds.
yeah, our minds can wander.
Yeah.
That's why the Bible says to take every thought captive in a marriage. This is the thing. Like, you have a lot of single people wanting to be married, and then on the other hand, you have a bunch of married people wishing to be single again,
Mhm.
and the both are clashing. So it's like, when you're in a marriage, you have to make sure that you're on the lookout for the attack, because there's always going to be an attack, because Satan don't like marriage. He does not like the institute of God that he put in place to keep order. You know what I'm saying? Like, the enemy does not like order. So he's going to try to do what? Cause confusion in any way that he can.
And those are all carried out by people around you
Yes,
to try. And if you're married, you know what I'm talking about.
absolutely.
Your mother-in-law being meddling
Let's
in your
go.
marriage. That's it. Your friends. First of all, if your friends aren't married, you shouldn't have single friends. If you're married, and that goes for both sexes.
Mm-hmm.
Married people have no business hanging out with single people.
Right. You talking about like going out, doing
Yeah, no.
No.
But there's so many different things how the devil can just sneak in. I think a lot of guys especially think when you hear devil, you hear a red dude dressed up in a
Oh,
red cape
no.
with a pitchfork, and that's what we hear when the normal, not the hallelujah guys, but the regular
Because they don't like
everyday.
women. Them
No,
hallelujah
them
guys.
hallelujah
They
guys,
like dudes.
right? They like whatever. But but a regular guy, when you say that, so they like, well, the devil ain't showing up to my front door trying to get into my marriage, but they don't realize that it's it's the people around you that are sent to sneak in through the side doors.
Absolutely.
Your best friend telling you, I don't know why you put up with that. I wouldn't deal with that. You let her
Mm.
talk to you that way?
And the whole time he be wanting your wife, low key.
Yep. Or again, your mother-in-law on both ends making comments. My
Your kids.
mother-in-law did that. My mother did that. Um, they just feel like they're the mom, so they can say whatever it is they want. And it took for me to address both mothers to get them both in line to not. And with my mother, she's just now coming around. Like, I had to really, really work on it with that woman. Um, and I think a lot of times the oldest son always has it the worst. Like, because that we're their baby.
Mhm.
I'm the oldest child. I'm the oldest boy.
Mhm.
So moms look at, sons like that and think that you're still their baby. So they think that they can just say whatever it is they want to say.
Mhm.
In your case, your mother just says the first thing that comes to her mind in all situations.
No matter who it
And
is.
does it? I don't even
Okay,
think it
period.
mattered if I was married to her or not. She just would let whatever rip and then hope for the best. There is no parachute with that lady. It's
No.
all jump straight out of the plane and
Yeah.
smush.
Right.
So, and it took for me to address it. And men should always, I feel like, be the one to address when things like that happen in your marriage. I feel like men should be the ones to address it
100%.
because it stops dead in its tracks unless you're my mother. Then it takes a beating over the head with it. Seems like you got to beat the drum over and over and over again but some people are like that. But most people, when the woman says it, it keeps lingering.
Oh, absolutely.
Men say it stops.
Mhm.
I don't think that.
Order.
Yeah, I don't think that. When I'm around, and I always try to be around, your mother hasn't let anything sideways come out when she knows that I'm wandering about. So, but and that goes with friends, family.
I think that we should get into the habit of not looking at Satan as this devil with a pitchfork.
But you know
And
how
start
hard
looking
that
at
is.
devil as a man. Like, you should know the devil is going to be some form of a woman.
But do you know how hard that is for a regular guy
What?
to do what you just said? Look at him as a regular man, because when you go into
No.
like is a regular, not as a cartoon character. I mean,
But as a woman, if you're a man,
as a
you should
woman.
look your devil. If you're a
Ooh,
man,
that's a good one.
is a woman.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
in any shape, form, or fashion. Your wife could go say, you know what, babe, I need you to go get some onions from the store, from Walmart.
Yeah.
You get to Walmart, she looking a little hard in your face.
Wife,
huh?
I swear, and it's crazy you're saying that. I swear, the minute I slipped on that wedding ring, it every woman you could ever imagine came out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Like, I go to the store by myself, and it's crazy. Women, y'all are something else. It's like that ring on your
really
finger is a
sweet.
magnet.
Yeah, absolutely. Did the baby say of course?
Right. But
Yeah.
no joke. So when you saying the woman is, men need to start looking at women as the devil. And man, listen, you are
Okay, let me
not
repeat
joking.
it. Let me repeat it. If you're a man, you need to know the attack. If you're a married man at that, you need to understand that the devil is not wearing a pitchfork, okay? She's considered a bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they be calling it.
Yep. The baddest.
The baddest, the coldest.
Yep.
That's how she coming. Okay, that's what your devil gonna look like. And as a woman, as a wife, you need to know that 9 times out of 10, your devil is gonna come from here.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be mental. The way that the enemy always attacks the mind of a woman. Men are more what?
Yep.
They're visual.
Yep.
So if they see it, they may want it. And if they see a good looking woman, they may want it, right? And this is why the enemy is so deceiving, because he has men. He knows that men are visual. So he has grown men putting on faces full of makeup, women's clothes.
Yep.
And because men are visual, you have straight men looking at other men wearing wigs and not even knowing the difference.
And it's gotten
because men are dumb.
It's gotten so good now you can't even tell half the time.
Exactly. But always look at them feet and them hands, baby.
Right.
Period. Okay, but it's just like men are visual. So your devil gonna always come looking visually. A lot of times the wife's attacks come in this here mind of hers. Because women, I feel like,
You guys are emotional.
yeah,
It's
our
all about the
attacks is gonna
emotions.
come in this mind, baby. Yeah. Um,
And there's
so
so
yeah.
many ways that men can. First of all, you don't ever catch me looking at women. Not ever. Unless and I'm talking about it in a lustful way.
Yeah.
I mean, I have eyes, so obviously I look
Right.
around, but you never catch me staring. You don't catch me saying anything unless it's something.
Following her with your eye.
Yeah,
No,
unless it's
never.
something so egregious that I have to point it out to you. Like,
Yeah.
wife, look at her butt. We could
Yeah.
probably both stand on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
but
why did she get it so big on
right,
the
like
BBL table?
when you go to the doctor and you ask for the supersize me, like, does that cost extra like at McDonald's?
Hold on. Can we talk about this real quick? The BBL culture.
Oh, you gonna talk about that girl we seen earlier?
Oh my gosh. I wasn't even thinking about her. But since we're here, the BBL culture, like, we was in the car the other day and I was just like, they've made, big butts and thighs and things very
Lips.
popular.
Yep. Fix a flat.
Pause. But my thing was, they wasn't with us shooting in the gym.
All right.
I have been very much a thick girl my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing about it is, back in the day, we used to get called fat.
Right.
We used to be considered chubby.
Yep.
Hips and thighs, that wasn't in.
Yep.
They wasn't checking for that. They was looking for the real skinny girls, the Aaliyah.
I don't see.
The
I don't
Aaliyah
agree.
looking girls, and
I'm not all
skinny
the
was
way on
in
that.
back
It
then,
was,
though.
but not for every man.
Okay, but I'm talking about as far as like
Every guy I know wanted hips, wanted butt.
really.
Yeah. Now to look on the TV for girls that you're never gonna meet, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
But in real life, yeah.
But that was a reality for a lot of people. Everything on TV, it literally influences the culture. So it's just like the skinny Holly Berries and the Gabrielle Unions and the people that's this big, the Aaliyahs, and who else was out back then?
You pretty much hit on all the top tier.
Did I say Holly Berry?
Yeah.
Okay, because she was top tier. Nia Long.
I'm
talking about everybody was pencil thin.
Yep.
So us girls with the hips and the thighs and all of this stuff that God blessed us with, they wasn't with us shooting in the gym. Right. So now they getting called ants because they're unproportioned. They're disproportionate. Really? So they're disproportionate. Like, baby, the thighs don't match. And that's where they get them the jokes from. Because it's like, God didn't make you like that.
Right.
Love on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
love who God made you to be.
Right. Love on you.
And if you got to change yourself to get a man or get a certain type of man that you want, chances are he ain't good for you anyway.
It's the attention.
Yep.
Like, I remember, real talk, I'm not even joking, like, we were so young, teenagers. And back when you was teenagers, we used to walk everywhere. I don't even want to talk to you about this. I'm going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to them.
Yeah, I ain't have that problem.
Yeah. We used to walk everywhere, like, as teenagers, where you're like, a teenager, but you're not quite driving a car yet. So I give it like 14-ish. And we used to walk everywhere, all around the neighborhood. And they used to be like, Shay. They used to be like, Shay, walk on the outside to get people's attention. I was so dumb. I didn't know why. And the next thing you know, everybody heads turning and stuff like that. But it's just like, that's when things started shifting. Yeah. I would say when I was 14.
You are so naive.
I have always been.
You are. Listen, y'all, real quick. Let me deviate. Okay, go ahead.
You think I'm still naive?
Yes.
Some
you
areas?
Are so. What in some areas? Listen, y'all.
Let me tell you. Wait, pause.
No.
Because I would say the only area I'm not naive in is like wifing, mothering, and godding.
Okay, but let me touch
beyond that. You got me.
When I listen, listen, y'all. It's story time, real quick. Let me tell y'all a story. Come take a ride with me.
What story is you?
This
telling,
is 11
though?
years, 12 years ago. Okay, I had just
Hi,
met my wife,
Brooklyn.
and my wife was trying to get me to go to church with her. Now, I was not a church guy, very much in the streets individual.
Yeah.
Okay. So I came up with every excuse in the book for a solid month. Like, they were good excuses too. I'm not talking about just your I don't feel good excuses, right? Because I really, really did not want to do this. But it got to the point where I had no more excuses left. I had nothing else I could possibly do, so I had to go. I got dressed. I actually went out and bought a new outfit for this occasion because this was my first time. My wife was introducing me around to people that she knew, so I wanted to come correct. And it's church, so you dress accordingly. As I'm sitting in this church, and this pastor, who's up maybe 10 rows from me, is giving me the dirtiest looks from the pulpit, giving me the dirtiest looks. And before that, my wife went in to tell me something. She said she gave me a little hint. Now, this is what really got me to go to the church because I had to see what was going on. She said to me, and I quote, "I can call my pastor any time of the day. It could be 3 o'clock in the morning about something in the Bible if I have a question." Now, light bulbs started going off every which way in my head, thinking, as a man,
Yeah.
this guy wants to sleep with her. So I said it.
Crazy.
So I said it out loud. I said, "You do realize that this pastor isn't looking at you the same way you're looking at him." "No, no, no, you're crazy." As a matter of fact, I think she got a little angry with me, if I recall. She got offended. And I said, "No, this pastor 100% is trying to sleep with you. There is
Crazy.
no man on this planet," because at the time she wasn't a stay-at-home mom. She worked overnights.
I
And I
wasn't a
said,
mom at all.
I know. I said you
Oh,
weren't a stay-at-home. Yeah, right. So you worked.
I was a single woman.
Yeah, you were single and
Yeah.
right.
I
And
worked
at that time,
overnights.
she worked overnights and she would be up, going through her Bible. And, if she wanted to call her pastor at 3:30, 4 o'clock
I
in the
never called
morning,
him. I would text.
okay, text, call, whatever. It don't matter that he's going to answer you back. There is not one man that's laying in bed sleeping at 3 o'clock in the morning that's going to roll over, see a text message about the Bible from you, and go, "Oh, I'm going to answer this in full because I want her to love the Lord." No,
That's
that
so
ain't how that's
crazy.
working. So I showed up to said church. This dude was giving me dirty looks. Dude refused to marry us.
He did. That's when I know you was telling me spot
Finally,
on. I'm like, it's true. I'm like, this is crazy. And the whole time he was just praying on me, hoping that I was stupid enough to fall for anything. But he never tried me in that type of way. Ever. Never.
yeah, well,
Until he
he
did.
tried other women
He did.
and it worked.
It sure did. And that's even crazier because
And you would have,
like
and listen, if you're, I mean, I know you wouldn't have did it because it's not the type of
it's
person
not
you
who
are.
I am.
But if he had it his way, and his son tried it. Listen, I got a crazy story about the son that's hilarious. Hilarious. But we won't go down that road because, you guys don't want to hear something like that.
It was tons of them just like, "Oh, you supposed to be my wife.
Yeah, they
You gonna be
love
my
using
wife."
that one.
And it was just like, God didn't tell you that. What are
No.
you talking about?
See, women in your
That's
women like you need a real man to step up and be a real man.
I was gonna
And
say.
those men
Yeah.
were very feminine,
Mhm.
very soft, very look at me.
Mhm.
They, and a lot of men, especially I've noticed online, y'all are real feminine.
Oh my God.
You guys, man, listen,
Did you see
y'all
the
be saying
comment?
some of the yes, y'all be saying the most feminine things on here, and I'm like, y'all can live with yourself saying these things.
Pause. I wish there was a way to pull up that comment.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Is there a way to pull up the
Oh, I
comment?
bet you there is. Let's
I don't
find out,
remember what
y'all.
short it was on.
Oh, here.
I had a black shirt on.
Yep, I know what it looked like.
Okay. Should I say what the comment says or just wait until you pull it up?
Just wait till I pull it up.
Okay.
Hold on.
Because, sir, it's like, what? Why is you coming for me?
He deserves a
Hi,
shout out.
everybody on here. Hold on, let me take this minute and just
Hey, what's up, y'all?
shout out everybody. Hi, everybody. All you new people on here. Hi, guys. I love y'all. If I knew y'all was gonna show up like this, I would have like got dressed.
Nah.
But here I am, just at home doing
Listen,
Marriage
you know
Monday.
you're a parent when you pull up your stuff and there's all sorts of
Kids
Miss
stuff.
Rachel and stuff like that, history stuff, baby sleep music, the rise and fall. Oh, been doing a lot of World War II stuff lately. Okay, let's see.
Hi,
Shorts.
guys.
All right, let's bring up this
Hi,
comment.
Felicia.
Because don't
Janice.
think for one
Just
second, y'all, if y'all don't
Dance.
say some,
Gibbs.
if you guys don't
Spaced
say
out.
dumb things, we ain't gonna call you out on it. Yeah, I will absolutely call you out. Here, hold on. Let me press pause on this. Let's bring up this comment right here. Where
Yeah,
is
bring
it?
that comment up. I hope you
Now,
could
why is
get
it
to
doing
it.
this? Okay, comments. Oh, I can get to it. I'm on it.
Oh, are you?
Here it is. Let's see. Kevin Vincent. Please do something with your hair. Try natural. It represents black and proud. Now, first of all, I might be crazy, but that's your hair
That's my real hair.
in that video.
Maybe he was saying like the texture, like where it out. I don't know what he was saying, but first of all, who are you?
What type of man
Mind
worries
your
about a
business.
woman's hair?
Yeah.
Like when I'm sitting up here looking at, I ain't looking to see if your hair's done, what kind of hair you wearing, none of that.
Yeah.
Like I ain't sitting here judging that one woman and going, "Oh, that's weave. She should probably do her own hair and let it out."
No man is no man's doing that.
Like, yeah, we commenting on hair now, women's hair, knowing that. Nah, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna play nice.
Yeah, don't overdo it.
I ain't gonna
please.
say nothing crazy.
But yeah, so I get that a lot too. Like a lot of men get in my comments and they're always talking about my hair, and how I should stop wearing weave. Like, sir, that's not weave, that's my hair.
Like they your husband. Like they somehow gonna
Yeah.
influence you to stop doing whatever it is you doing.
Yeah. I'm not weak minded. I'm a little gullible at times. Not weak minded. But yeah. Megan said it's giving sweet. Sweet and sassy. That's the new word that people be throwing around. They be like, "Oh, he a little sassy," and I'm starting to understand like what they be talking about for real, because what's really going on here?
Right.
But anywho, what topics did we bring up? I had some.
All
I
right. Here we
pulled
go.
up some
Yes, you
things
do.
about marriage
All
because
right.
it's Marriage Monday.
Let's see. Top reasons married couples divorce.
Oh,
Okay, you ready?
is that the first thing I pulled up?
That's the very first thing. So
Okay,
let's
let's
go with
go.
that. According to Forbes, the top reasons for divorce in 2024 are 75% is lack of commitment. Didn't I just say this?
Lack of commitment.
That you can't keep it in your pants.
No
Gentlemen,
self-control.
Gentlemen, I'm going to speak for the gentlemen first and then you can hit the ladies.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, any social media, if you know you have a problem with keeping it in your pants, any single social media outlet is not for you. If this is an issue you fall short on, I'm under I think that no married man should have social media anyway because you have better things to do with your time. But there are some men out there that just have to have it. So if that's the case, yeah, like, yo, there's so many more things that you need to be focused on as a married man. Social media isn't one.
Mm-hmm.
2, if you have a problem with wandering eyes, learn how to look away. Respect your wife. Because I tell you what, if she was out there Googling men like you Googling women, there'd be a problem. You'd have a real issue with that.
Yeah.
So, that's my advice. And FYI, my advice is not godly in that. So, take it for what you will.
You want to explain that dynamic, or you want me to?
She's the church one. I'm not.
I'm not a church one. Like,
yeah, I don't know how to say it.
Like, I am a believer in Christ. That's who I am. That's what I do. I live my life like that, according to the Bible. And, it's just who I am, not because of anything that I am, doing, or because I want to be better than anybody or anything like that. It's because of who Christ is to me. Christ has shown himself to me. And so with every breath that I take, I'm going to show up for Christ in any way that I can. And in one of those ways is starting this YouTube channel, being obedient to him. And I know that I was called to start it because I didn't want to start YouTube.
No,
I didn't want to do YouTube.
There would go months, and I'd be like, "Hey, you been on YouTube lately?"
Listen,
No.
I started the channel, and then it was just like, I'm walking away, God, and then everything will fall apart in our personal life. So I would have to double back and get back on YouTube, and then everything would just be smooth again. So I know that this is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, our business would be making buckets of money during COVID.
Yep.
Buckets.
Yep.
And the minute you
The minute
decide
I
to
stop.
deviate, it would literally the faucet would shut off. And I'd be going, what is going on here? Where is our money? Like, what is happening? Our business is like falling apart and ain't nothing. Wife, what you doing over there?
You used to be like, is this something you're supposed to be doing? And God is mad at us.
Yo, I'd be like, is God mad at us? Because ain't no money coming in.
Yep. So that's my role. And then my husband is more so just, who he is.
Yeah. Listen, I believe there's a God. I fear of losing God's favor.
Yep.
But other than that, I'll be the first one to
tell you that you're not
me.
Yep. He's not me.
I'll be the first one to admit it. You ain't going to never hear no Bible stuff out of me. Yeah. I'm never going to say, thus saith the Lord. I'm not going to nothing.
Yeah.
I'm normal.
He's my balance.
Yep.
I'm his balance. And that's just what it is.
She's the yin to my yang and vice versa.
Right. And so what were we talking about for me to get on that subject?
Lack of commitment. 75% of all marriages that end in divorce, 75% of that is lack of commitment.
So yours was, married men shouldn't have social media?
It's not that they shouldn't have it. It's if they have a problem.
If you have no self-control.
If you have no self-control. And a lot of times people get caught up in this. Listen, how many times have you caught yourself scrolling on social media and an hour's gone by?
Oh my goodness.
You don't think that it's built for that? Mm-hmm. That's exactly, it's doing exactly what you want it to do.
Stagnant.
Men, you should always be hunting for your next meal. And that doesn't necessarily mean making money, but it means, go fix that little patch on your roof that's been leaking for a month. Your car needs to be washed.
Right. You need an oil change.
Spend some time with your kids. Yeah. Listen, you can never spend too much time with your wife, ever. Like, these are all things that social media keeps away from men. And it's very easy to keep that thumb flicking.
But women too, though. I got rid of all my social media accounts as far as like personal stuff where I'm posting what I'm doing. I'm posting my hair, my nails, my this, my that. Like, all of my personal social media accounts, no more. I have the Speak Her Voice 2 Instagram page. If you want to go follow over there, I started it. I try to be on there as minimal as possible as far as like showing my face and things like that. But I'm not showing y'all my outfits and what I wore to this and that. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'll do a get ready with me church thing. But other than that, I'm not really on social media. So Facebook, I have one, but it's only in case of emergencies where family members who I don't talk to, who are blocked on my phone, can reach out if they need to. But yeah.
So
minimize social media.
So lack of commitment is 75%, but right under that is infidelity and extramarital affairs. So I don't know what in the world lack of commitment would be. Because lack of commitment, when I hear that, are you not committed to your marriage?
That's what it sounds like.
But then infidelity and extramarital affairs don't include in that?
I'm pretty sure it all goes hand in hand.
Well, not according to this, because
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We'll move to the third one when we're ready. But that was just crazy.
That's funny. But yeah, so
yo, hold on. I want to start calling things out. Everybody see this Robert dude? He's a clown. He was talking about he's obviously gay. So we gonna do this. Watch. Goodbye. Mark, you a clown. Y'all don't have no
What?
daddies. Yeah, that's how it goes
As
here.
long as it's in moderation. Yep.
Yeah, listen, Logan, I ain't
Absolutely.
saying that you shouldn't have it at all, but the
But if
problem
you don't
is,
have self-control, that's
yeah,
what, yeah. If you can't stop your eyes and your mind from wandering off and
yep,
trying to be in other places and things like that, then yeah, you don't need to be on there. But the Holy Spirit gives self-control. I feel like that's why we need the Holy Spirit. That's why we need Christ.
yep,
Can't have one without the other. We
yep,
need self-control. And self-control comes from the Holy Spirit, period.
yep.
Is that the first? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you already asked that.
Okay.
First tab?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't remember what order I went.
All right, so
yeah.
too much conflict and arguing.
Mhm.
58% of marriages in 2024 end in too much conflict and
Because
arguing.
they can't stop arguing.
Yeah. We knew something about this, don't we?
Yeah, very much.
What
so.
do we know about it?
We used to argue all the time. And it wasn't, it was just like a, I don't know, like it was definitely spiritual. Like it was just clashing.
Yeah.
And now that I understand marriage more on a spiritual level, I see that demons from your parents' marriage showed up in our marriage. Demons from my parents' marriage showed up in our marriage. And it was just a battle, an all out battle. And we were too busy arguing with each other and we weren't fixing the spiritual aspect of it. But the minute I fixed the spiritual aspect, when I got on my knees and I started praying, things began to shift. God began to change me. And in return, God began to change my husband. Tell her to hush.
Our daughter's having her own video in
She
there.
is
Hold on.
adding her own 2 cents in here. But anyways, so yeah. Oh my goodness, I don't know what happened. What happened? What did I just do? I was trying to answer some questions.
So, so as far as I go with the conflict and the arguing, I'm not one for any of that stuff anyway. I really don't care too much to do any of it, but you're right. When you did all that and came and sat down and talked to me, and it was also the fact that I said, okay, because our number one thing to yell at each other was, that's it, get a divorce. Get a divorce, that's it. I can't do this anymore. And once I put a stop to saying that, and
sure
I told
did.
her that can't go down no more, because if you let it out of your mouth, it's gonna happen. As soon as that happened, we got to get it together.
Yep. So that's prayer. I don't want to be like a cliche or anything, but prayer. I did a lot of praying because that's all I knew to do. It was just like, okay, this is bigger than me. And we had attacks on our marriage when we came back from our honeymoon escape.
Yep.
So we was gone for what, 7 days?
Yep.
And the minute we got back, it was just hell from that point on.
And all the stress added to the arguments.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I think that some of my arguments came from just taking out on you what was going on out there, because I bared the weight of a lot of the things that were going on that were going wrong. So because of that, I started taking it out on you, and we're yelling at you about things that maybe weren't necessarily even that serious to be yelling about. And
I was arguing, like, I felt like I was arguing with your demons. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, do you remember the old you and the things you used to do? I felt like I was arguing with the demons.
Yeah.
And not realizing you can't argue with demons.
Yeah.
And my husband always say this: you can't argue with crazy.
Yep. Can't argue with crazy.
And the crazy is never really crazy. It's a demon.
Yep.
You can't argue with demons. That's why you can't sit up and argue with Jezebel. You can't, male or female. You just can't. You gotta fight that in prayer. So,
there are a lot of clowns online.
I agree.
Like, I mean, a lot. And then they be saying
Are they
things
giving me
that,
views?
yeah, but then they're saying things that get held for review. They're so dumb, they think they put in some crazy stuff and like it's going to show.
Yeah.
Everybody take a look at this Geo dude. Clown.
Husband, stop.
No, I ain't stopping. Clown.
Husband, stop. Okay, let's go
I
to
ain't
the next.
stopping. Bye, Geo.
Husband, let's go to the next thing.
Because I got time to be petty.
Husband, go to the next thing. Husband, go to the next thing at the
No,
top.
I
No.
told you, I got time to be
Go to
petty.
the next topic.
I don't know anything about the next one, but you would. Getting married too young.
No, not the next thing. I'm talking
Oh,
about
next
just switch
topic?
the whole. Go to the next thing at the top.
I did.
What?
This is the next thing.
Husband, 55 surprising divorce statistics.
That's third.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
You yelling at me over things you did.
Oh, go to the couple that were married for 84 years.
That was the one I was just on.
Were you?
Yeah. Do y'all see? Listen, this is marriage right there. I just got yelled at for having this up, told to go to the next one, and then she tells me to come back to this one.
Okay.
This is marriage in a nutshell.
Okay, this is what I want to see. This is the one. Okay, go there. Okay. Do you want to read it or you want me to read it?
Go ahead.
This, we're going to shine the light on this married couple who was married or they still are married for 84 years.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted to read that the top.
It went down on its own. I didn't do that.
Okay. What do it say?
This couple that wed 84 years ago has one of the longest lasting marriages in America. That's crazy.
Deserves an atta baby.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, baby.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to this married couple. 84 years. I'm pretty sure that they have a plethora of kids and grandkids and great grandkids even. And what more could you ask for out of life?
One black couple recently celebrated over 8 decades of marriage.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
And that's amazing. So we're going to clap that up for Black History Month.
Heck yeah.
Yes, Black History Month. Because listen, we need to celebrate that. Let me just leave that there.
So they asked them or the wife what the keys to sustaining such a long partnership, and she said, know how to get on your knees and get you a Bible because that Bible is going to have to take care of you through all kinds of storms.
She said that?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even read it. I just said, oh, that's an atta baby. I saw 2 black hands. I said, okay, we're going to talk about this. I didn't even read it. That's amazing.
Yep.
You need prayer in order to be married.
Yeah.
Period. One of y'all. What do the Bible say? It says that if there is a believing husband and an unbelieving wife, the believing husband sanctifies the unbelieving wife and vice versa. So one of y'all in a marriage should be praying on your knees because your fight is never with that person. Your fight will always be the demons attacking your marriage. The demons trying to set up shop in your household. Period. So yeah, that deserves an atta baby.
That's crazy though. I listen.
That's
people don't even live that long.
No, people don't even live to be 84
years
old no more.
Yeah,
it's very rare.
Like that is so they seen everything. I don't think there's nothing you could have not gone through in that situation.
Okay. Pokemon. Husband, I say just leave these people. Just leave them. Go to the next one.
I told you.
Or whatever you want to do.
I got time. I really do. 55 surprising divorce statistics for second marriages. Oh, no.
What?
Yeah, no.
Oh, we're not doing that one?
For second marriages?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I wanted to okay, we don't have to necessarily talk about this, but a lot of people who get married once and get divorced, they end up getting remarried. And 9 times out of 10, they'll stay married.
Yeah.
Which makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
0. And that's why the Bible says, listen here. It's not that you're incapable of, maintaining a marriage. So if you get a divorce, you need to go back to your spouse.
Right.
The first one.
Yeah.
Ain't no second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. This girl is just chatting up a storm, just yip yapping. So it's not that people are incapable of maintaining a healthy marriage. It's just that, like, when the enemy sees greatness, you may not see it. I'm talking about individually. You may be a person so full of greatness, and the enemy will try so very hard to destroy that and make sure that you never reach your full potential. So, same thing with marriage. If the enemy sees that there's greatness there, then he'll try his hardest to destroy that marriage by any means necessary, because it will be fruitful. And so a lot of people walk away from their marriages without seeing the fruit. How you walk away from your marriage when it's still roots being, you know what I mean?
Well,
Sprouting.
Stephen Robinson just said, "Isn't divorce and remarriage adultery while your first spouse is alive?"
Yep. Sure is. Yes, Stephen. Yes, sir. And if we being technical, the Bible don't say nothing about the man cheating. It says if the wife. But we don't got to go there because I don't got my Bible with me right now. It's over there. But
Right.
yeah, so it's a whole lot of people out here married to people that they're not even supposed to be married to.
Yeah.
And then wondering why it's not working. Wondering why
it's the same problems all over again.
Same problems.
Every second marriage we know.
Absolutely.
It's always the same problems what led to the divorce in the first place.
Talk about it. You want to give an example?
I'm sure you can.
So if a man and a woman, right? They get married, they're very young. She's 23, he's 25. And the husband can't seem to stop cheating, right? So they back and forth arguing. And remind you, they're young. Arguing, fighting. He want to be out here in these streets. She can't figure out why he don't want to stay home. They have kids together in this process. And in that time, the wife says, I'm done. I'm through. This is it. Get, a divorce. He moves on. He gets remarried. She moves on. She gets remarried. He's still cheating. And guess what? The wife who remarried, her new husband is a cheater. So the problem is you never fixed it the first time.
Or if you like arguing, you love arguing.
Yep.
And your first marriage is filled with arguments and drama and ridiculousness. You guys call it quits, get a divorce, remarry for the second time. You still arguing. You just always got to be right. Yep.
But the same spirit.
Same marriage that you just left. You just switched faces.
Right. Because it's never an argument with the person that's standing there before you. You are arguing amongst and against demons. Period. There's no other way to slice and dice.
And we all got them. Mm-hmm. We all got our own personal demons that we deal with and battle with every day.
I don't have no demons, baby.
No, well, okay. We all got our issues.
Right. Okay.
How's that?
But some people actually literally have demons.
Yeah.
That they have.
Yeah, but
that they're possessed.
People also have issues too that they drag into their marriage and drag into their second marriage.
Absolutely.
So one or the other, pick it.
Right. And it's a lot of people who can we just talk about this as an example? It's two celebrity couples that we could even talk about right now. We could talk about who you want to talk about first. You want to talk about Will and Jada?
Sure.
Or do you want to talk about Jeannie Mai
I have
and
a.
Jeezy?
Let's talk about Will and Jada because I have a outlook on that.
Okay. He was married to a lady before.
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Beautiful lady.
Mm-hmm.
But when we see the state of Will and Jada, he's still technically married to that woman in the eyesight of God.
Yeah.
So when you see all the confusion surrounding Will and Jada, you have to understand that God don't play about covenant. We, the people, we think that we can have it our way.
Right.
Is that Burger King or McDonald's that just like have it your way?
I think that's Burger King.
Whoever it is, that's not how God works.
Yeah.
That's not how his word works. You can't just make it up your way and live in your truth and do what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, his godly principle and his godly covenant is all that matters.
Right.
So whether you know it or not, you're getting beat up in the spiritual realm. Your second marriage is not working. It's falling apart because you're technically still supposed to go back to that person.
Yeah.
And work it out there.
Yeah.
And go back where your children are. You know what? Let me just keep going. So then you have, oh, did you want to say something about Will and Jada?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and then so you're in the second marriage and you're miserable and you weren't who you were when you first got married to this girl. Now you're multi-millionaire, no protection. So if you divorce this woman, you lose almost everything you worked for when you should have just stayed in that marriage to begin with. So it's a no-win situation.
Yeah.
Like you should have never left your wife in the first place. And a lot of times you leave your wife the first time thinking you found something better when in reality you found something worse.
Talk about it.
Everything, listen, everything always see, you know the saying, grass is always greener on the other side. Well, the grass is greener because they maintain their grass.
Mm-hmm. And watered it.
Your grass, you haven't watered, you don't take care of it, you don't mow it, you know nothing. So now you wonder how all these weeds got here.
Or it's that fake grass.
Right. The turf.
Yeah.
It's turf. It wasn't even real grass to begin with.
Yeah, looking at your turf and then looking at their real grass. And then now that's what you want.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
That's not how God works. And so the second couple that I want to talk about is Jeannie Mai, right? This lady was married to a guy. And I remember things coming out about her marriage where he just wanted a kid and she was refusing to give this man a kid. And they had other issues. I don't know what it was, but she ended up divorcing her husband, getting remarried to Jeezy, giving him the one thing that man begged for in her first marriage, the only marriage that God is acknowledging.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he is a God of covenant. So now things done fell apart over there, and now you're a single mother.
Yeah.
All because you didn't do right by your first husband.
Right.
And everyone makes mistakes and everything, but a lot of the issue is that we the people feel like we could just do what we want to do.
Yeah.
And that's not how God works.
And
in the eyesight of marriage, like
you don't even try to work on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even you just busy pointing fingers. When you point one finger, 3 point back.
Hi, Mike Hawk.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Like my
don't
God.
Do it.
No. Don't answer those.
Somebody else said, can you say hey Brooklyn?
Like no. Like, first of all, they're probably 8-year-olds.
Yep.
Like, and what are you even doing here to begin with? You see the word marriage on the title and you click on like
right. And how old are you?
Right.
Child?
Half of these views on here are all probably children.
Mm-hmm.
They should be in bed and get ready for school tomorrow.
And you up playing on the internet. Okay. But anywho, do you want to go to the next?
Which one is the next? Because I don't want to click on
whatever's next.
Okay, well.
I thought we'll talk about it later. I'm trying to look at the mirror of what you're doing to see like
why are these all the way down here? 15 divorce lawyers share ridiculous reasons people file for divorce.
Oh, okay. If you see any crazy ones that you want to share,
I had a client file for divorce because every morning his wife would ask him how he takes his coffee for 7 years. That's crazy. He didn't help put
but
up.
wait, if that were a thing, you could have been snapped on me
Yeah.
because I don't do it on purpose, but I ask my husband something repeatedly. Like I
Oh
don't
my
know if it's
God. You
a
do.
problem I have.
I'll
I
answer
don't
it
know if it's a disability,
until about the 8th
but
time, and
like
I'm like, listen, this has got to stop. You just asked me this 2
it's
minutes
true.
ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, this has got to end.
I don't know. And it's just like in my brain, it's like you never answered me the first time when I asked you, because why you not answering me?
Right.
And the whole time you like, no, wife, you asked me that. And the kids do it too. They're like, Mom, you just asked me that.
Yep.
And I'm like, I did. It's because I'm here, there, I'm doing this, doing that. And my brain don't work like that. It's like one thing at a time. So I just want to apologize to you and thank you for not divorcing me like that lawyer said that wife. And you know,
No, that I can't think of a more dumber reason for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is he didn't help her put up the shower curtain. It may have been the straw that broke the camel's back.
Okay, so he just wanted a reason to leave.
Yeah.
Basically.
Next one, my boss got divorced. His wife was telling people one of her reasons was the amount of toilet paper he used. She was super coupon clipper, thrifty lady, and would listen when he went to the bathroom to see if he was using too much toilet paper. Good.
I believe that. Because some people,
yeah.
you know, he might
Listen.
just keep on clogging up the thing. Plumber got to keep coming out. We don't know the whole story. Okay. But that's not a reason to leave your husband.
Or it could have to do with finances. If you're super coupon clipping lady, chances are, you're very tight budgeted.
And he's being disrespectful of your effort.
Yep.
Okay, so it could have been a disrespect thing because I'm very big on disrespect.
Yep.
Because I respect people. So I expect for people to respect me. Don't disrespect me. I do not tolerate disrespect. I've always been big on respect because I give it. You disrespect me and you'll never get the same version of me. I'll be nice, I'll be friendly. I'll forgive you, but I'm never going to forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very true. One of mine that sticks out is that a husband and wife both played some sort of online role-playing game, sort of like Sims, I think, but a little more elaborate and adult. I don't know anything about online games. The wife got heavily involved with the game, like 10 hours a day. All right, if you got time to be playing video games,
is she a stay-at-home wife?
10 hours a day.
No kids? I mean,
and wouldn't reduce her playing time no matter what he said. What tipped things over the edge, however, was that he set up a fake profile avatar, went online to stalk her. Okay, this is just an unhealthy marriage just altogether.
Yeah.
Went online to stalk her in the game and found her avatar having sex with some random guy's avatar. What kind of video game is this?
See? The devil does this. What did I just talk about earlier?
Crazy.
What did I just talk about earlier?
You sure did.
Men, they're visual. They see a woman and they get tempted visually.
Yep.
A woman gets tempted in her mind.
Yep.
And so this virtual reality world, she don't be on there, Pooh, because the devil gets in your mind. It's not even, it's a mental thing at that point.
That's the craziest video game I've ever heard.
Absolutely. So do you think that was work throughable? Do you
think
absolutely. That was divorce worthy?
No.
No. Has any of those topics been divorce worthy?
No. It said nothing ever happened in real life. Neither of them were exactly oil paintings to look at. But that was enough for the guy to initiate a fairly acrimonious divorce. No.
Hold on now.
This lawyer, listen, he got paid already. The divorce is over with, so he could speak his mind.
That's crazy.
That's wild, though.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women, it's mental.
But look how
always
far.
Mental.
What happened to Mario on Nintendo?
Yeah, like very innocent.
What happened to N64? And listen, I'm even willing to go. What happened to PlayStation 5?
Mm-hmm.
you online doing stuff like that with video games like that? That's
And
crazy.
you know they have anime P word
Oh yeah.
where sick people in their
Half the people on
minds.
here are probably watching it.
Yeah, anime P words where they doing inappropriate stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much sick. Okay, let's not do that. Do you want to go to the next
Sure.
thing?
Things to know before. Hold on.
This is for the single people.
Things to know before getting married.
Things to know before.
Is it one of them? Is your partner religious? I went into the marriage knowing I didn't honestly, guys. I didn't know how deep this was gonna get. Like in the beginning, I thought I was walking through like a puddle, and my feet were just a little wet. Now I'm in the bottom of the ocean.
Okay, you just knew I went to church.
Yeah.
You didn't think that it was that deep.
No.
I didn't either.
And I didn't think that
I had no idea who I was.
I didn't think things you were gonna do or not do were gonna directly impact me. But with that said, okay, and I've dealt with a lot, a whole lot. With that said, I would never have changed it for the world. I don't ever take whatever's going on. I don't ever take it out on you. I don't blame you for anything. I'll ask a question or here or there, but I don't what's the word I'm looking for? I don't
blame me.
Yeah, but there was a better word that I wanted to use. But I don't blame you for it.
Right.
Like in the beginning, it was you went to church. I liked that. I loved that because you weren't out in the clubs. You weren't doing anything crazy. I didn't have to, worry about certain things. Little did I know it was going to get where it's gotten. Never in a million years did I think I'd be doing this.
Right.
Like,
never in a million years did I think that I'd be doing this.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, for all of you new people on here who don't know me, I, found out my purpose, my calling, late 2019. I got my assignment in 2020 from the Lord, and I just been doing that ever since. But before that, my husband and I, we suffered for 7 years, and I had no idea why. He had no idea why. And when you're called and you're chosen, God will just have you going through trials and tribulations. You won't even know why. But how are you reacting during those trials and tribulations? Because it's for a purpose. And every last thing, I have like 900 and something videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And every single video, every time I open my mouth, every short, there's wisdom there. And I didn't get that wisdom from just having a perfect life.
Yeah.
Oh no. Me and my husband, we've been in them trenches for real.
Yeah.
In them spiritual trenches and in the natural trenches, like in extreme poverty and all of these things. And we endured those things together. And God elevated us out of those situations. But, I had no idea what God was doing. All I knew is that during those 7 years of straight up suffering, my prayer life had increased immensely. I began to seek the Lord because that's all that I could do. The Lord had us in such tough situations. It was just like, Lord, if you don't deliver me, I'm gonna probably just like go crazy.
Yeah.
At times that's what it felt like. I understood, depression and things like that. So yeah, everything that I talk about on here is from experience. And now I know why.
Let's go through these for ourselves real quick. Okay. Conflict resolution. Who do you think is the more resolute in our marriage? Hey, what's up, Amelia?
Hi, Amelia. I think that you are quick to just be like, okay, I'm sorry, I don't want to deal with this no more.
Yeah.
But me, my conflict resolution is let's talk about every little detail.
Oh, that drives me crazy.
Let's talk about every little detail because
I hate that.
It needs to be said.
Oh, listen, There is nothing more in the world that drives me crazy than that.
And you know what's even more crazier is that you're so like precise. You're a very precise man.
I
Like
am.
everything you do has to be precise,
Yes.
except for when it comes to being vocal and like saying what the issue is and working through it verbally.
Every man that's an actual real man.
Not just sitting
Not
on
90% of these goofballs,
Yeah.
but every single one of them
Mhm.
feels exactly the way that I do.
Right.
If I'm sitting here and saying, you know what, I'm sorry, and I'll make whatever it is, whatever it is I do.
Yep, that's
I'm
you.
sorry. I'll fix it. I'll move on and let's just move on with this. But just know that I know I was wrong. Also know that moving forward, you're not going to have to deal with it. I don't want to break down every little thing about the situation and why it happened and da. If it's not an egregious action, then I'm sorry. You'll never have to deal with that again. I'm going to fix it. Should be good enough.
But and let me bring up this Bible verse about how, you know, wives or husbands, you have to know that your wife is the weaker vessel. And by weaker, it's not like, oh, she's just, you know, pay her no mind. It's not that. It's just we women, we like to know every detail. Like, and this is how you made me feel. And this is why I said what I said. And this is why I reacted that way. And this and that and this and that. And y'all are completely different. It's just like, okay, I won't do it again. Whatever. You was sad, whatever, apologize, done. But women are not like that. We need you to know why this upset us.
But see, the thing is, we don't need to know
What happened
why.
in our childhood to make us upset.
All we need to know is that we upset you.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, I upset her. I made her mad. Let me make sure that, or I made her sad or depressed or whatever the word is. Of that, if it ain't happy, then it's a problem.
Right.
So I'm going to fix said problem.
But then when you have like a dismissive attitude and then it happens again.
But we're not dismissing it. We're
that
addressing
is dismissing it.
No, we're not. We're addressing it.
Okay.
We're saying we're sorry.
Okay. But then if it happens again and then your wife is even more angry.
That's the trick,
and even more upset, it's because you didn't listen to her the first time.
It's to make sure it doesn't happen again, though. And if it happens twice, then you know, oh man, I really got to fix this because I really can't deal with this again. That's what you're thinking as a man. I
can't hear her
deal
mouth
with
again.
this. Right. I can't hear this.
Yeah.
It's driving me insane.
Period.
I can't sit down and have a hour and a half long conversation about what happened when she was 6 that made her triggered to the where we are now.
Right.
Okay, next one. Okay. Communication.
What about it?
Who's the better communicator?
Me.
By far you. If I could just grunt and go about my day, I would.
Real caveman.
Yep. If she could just go say whatever and I just can go, I would and keep it moving.
Yeah, you would.
You are. So, but I feel like communication and conflict resolution kind of go hand in hand a bit. Yeah. How should household chores be distributed?
I believe in gender roles in a marriage.
Yep.
Like, first of all, I don't believe that I should be taking out trash.
No, I don't think so.
I'll help. Like, I'll tie it up, but you gonna come get these bags.
Listen, out in the world, it's 2024. In this house, it's 1950.
Right. I believe in just me personally as a woman. I'm cleaning my house up because I don't like mess at all in any way. Whatever you decide to do at your house is cool, but as for me and my house, we're gonna be clean. As for me and my bathrooms, we're gonna have clean bathrooms, clean toilets and things of that such.
Yeah, I'm taking out we live in New York where it snows. My wife's never touched a snow shovel.
Never.
We
even when I lived with my mom, I never shoveled nothing.
She don't do there ain't no mowing grass, there ain't no picking weeds, there ain't no none of that. There ain't no carrying in the groceries. Nope. But at the same time, I'm not pushing the grocery cart around the grocery store. Yep. That ain't happening. I ain't washing dishes. Yep. I ain't putting the groceries away. Yep. I ain't doing none of that. Yep. So we pretty much had that down pat since the beginning.
Yep.
I don't make my plate for dinner. My wife does it.
I make everyone's plate.
Yep. She makes everyone's
Um,
plate, but I'm just speaking for me.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next one.
Yeah.
Is your partner religious? We went through that already. How are things in the bedroom?
Mm.
Is a married couple.
What about it?
Well, first of all, if you have children, you need to chalk that up real quick and understand that your children just will not let that happen.
At all.
They will it's like they smell it.
Yep.
It's like they have a sense.
Yep.
Mom and dad are about to, dad's got his arm around mom. We got to break this up.
Yep. Let me
before
throw
another
up.
one of us pops up.
Exactly. Next thing you know, we cleaning up throw up
Yep.
and this. The
Somebody's
baby done
crying.
pooped through.
Yep. Somebody's
It's
crying.
always
Area or a rural area, we kind of both were immediately get me
rural.
out of this city.
Yeah.
Yep.
We live in a rural
But a
area.
lot of people, that's the deal breaker. A lot of people, when you first met me,
Oh yes.
I was never going to leave the city.
It's so true. Like me, I grew up in the hood. I grew up in a struggle for real. And I just wanted to get out by any means necessary. And I was gonna, I don't know, I was just like, I can't be here. Like I can't live here. And my husband, he grew up in the country, but
Made all my money
he
in the
made
city.
all his money in the city. And so he was living in a downtown area when I first met him. And he was just like, I'm not ever leaving.
And I ruled my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm just like, you are leaving or this ain't gonna work. Like,
yeah.
we got to get out of here. I'm not staying in the hood. No.
And
I just want it better for myself.
yeah. So off we went.
And our kids are better off without the fighting and the this and the that. Like it was just a big thing 2 days ago.
Yep.
Yesterday.
Yep.
Is today Monday?
No. It was 2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago.
Saturday.
Where it was some teenagers. They were just fighting. And a kid pulled out a gun inside of like a get air where a trampoline place and start shooting. Like,
yep.
No.
Where little kids are. Like
Right.
these little young kids now.
Right. And they're just like, absolutely not. So, yeah.
Okay,
Next
so
one.
so we're gonna skip a couple because it's prenups and stuff. Really doesn't have anything to do with
Yeah.
us. How are we as roommates?
Oh, he's terrible. My husband is terrible.
I am.
Terrible.
I
I
am.
said, you lucky.
She's got some issues with her though too.
Yeah. I said to my husband, you're lucky you have a wife that don't like mess.
Yep.
Because if I was nasty and you just careless, then this house will be destroyed. The
But-
kids just got everything
But
everywhere.
But
But
I wasn't like that when you first married me or when you first met me. I paid somebody to clean up after me
You
and clean
did.
up after my mess.
You did.
So when you came over,
You had a
I-
clean house. Spick and span.
spotless.
Mm.
So, and beds made, the whole nine.
Yep.
So it wasn't like I was just, some,
Bum.
just throwing my clothes everywhere
Yeah,
and
no.
doing whatever.
Yeah,
I
your
always
house
kept
was
a
very
clean house.
spotless because you
Always
paid a
smelled
lady.
good.
Yeah.
It never was like a single bachelor's home.
Yeah, no.
Like
It was
you
very
come
clean.
over to my house and eat at my house knowing that everything you're eating off clean dishes. And,
Right.
so yeah.
Yeah. That's a fact. What else? What's next?
Frank Robinson, you a clown.
Ooh.
Listen, I'm gonna call it out. Listen, you gonna do. Look, first of all, that's a real stupid name.
Frank.
That's the dumbest name I ever heard. Number one. No, I'm doing it. That's number one. Because you know what? If people think they can get online and you can't see their face and they can just say whatever.
Yeah.
Until somebody starts calling it out, and then your feelings get hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
Don't do them.
And what really
probably
blows
a
my
kid.
mind is we sitting here saying it's probably a kid, but they probably grown people that act like children, don't know,
Yeah.
ain't had no fathers in their lives. So now they think they can get on and just say whatever.
Yeah. That's actually crazy.
Like,
to say.
Unreal.
Okay, just keep going. Keep going.
Estate planning.
In a marriage?
Yeah.
Like when someone dies?
So the way that I look at it is that everything would obviously go to you, and then everything would go to our son after that from you. I mean, our daughters, we should have raised them right to be married and being taken care of by their husbands. Our son, on the other hand, and this is the way it should go with all young men, it should
You're gonna
always
have to provide for
they
his
have
new
their
family.
they have their families they're going to have to provide for it, and they're going to be held responsible for it. So if you have sons, it should all go to them. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yes. Okay. Oh, how would you raise your children? This is a tricky one. We were just talking about earlier.
We were just talking about this.
Because nowadays it seems like women are okay with allowing their sons to dress like little girls.
Mhm.
And fathers who have no backbone allow it to happen.
Mhm.
And then they
They
wonder why
have
these kids are so messed up.
Mhm. Yep. So we were just talking about a little boy. He, like, out where we live at, they don't play all of that rainbow community stuff. They
Nah.
really don't. But there is this one little boy, and he very subtly wears like a pink book bag and like pink sneakers, and you could tell the mother does it for like attention, and she's like, "Oh, I'm inclusive and I'm progressive and all of this foolishness," right? And so
It's just virtue
she
signaling.
has a husband. This husband is literally like 6'8". He's huge, 300 pounds, huge that way too. And he's just allowing it. So it just goes to show that no matter how big a man is, if his spirit is weak, he's an Ahab, period. And he's just going to allow his wife to turn his little son into this foolishness. And yeah, so
yeah. All right.
That's wild.
Let's go to the next one.
Yeah. Is this the last one, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's see. How 10 ways to rekindle the passion in your marriage.
I know that's right, Amelia. Period. A man's man.
Yeah.
What was that? What just pulled up?
What?
Why is it going?
How well do you know your partner?
What does it say?
How well do you know your partner? My
That's
fault.
not what
10
I'm
ways 10 ways to rekindle passion in your marriage.
Oh, okay.
And this
Before
lady
we read this, what do you think?
about
Rekindling the passion in your marriage.
What do I think? I think that
Should
as
I go
far as
first?
you go
I
first.
feel like we should always remain some sort of like how we were in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like when you were dating.
Yeah. Which is
if
hard.
you used to like give gifts and just like I was thinking of you sort of thing, or you even used to send texts like, oh, just thinking of you, I feel like that should always be what happens. If you fall on a, oh my goodness, I don't feel like me and my husband are connecting sort of thing, start doing what you used to do when y'all was dating. If you guys used to go out to eat a lot, I feel like y'all should start going out to eat and start dating each other again. Because one thing about it is when you're here in a marriage, when you say I do, that next year you'll be two completely different person, or two different people. And then the next year, two different people. And it'll just keep getting, it'll keep growing and going on. And so with that, you have to make sure that y'all are growing together.
Right.
So date each other 100%. Make sure that y'all are intimate. Affection. Always affirm your husband no matter what. Tell him he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Tell him great job. Tell him, you love the way he did, blah, blah, blah. thank him for what he does, the small things. Oh, husband, thank you for putting the seat down today. I appreciate that. If
Yeah,
that's an issue in your house. Make sure that you are acknowledging those things because men love that type of stuff.
absolutely.
Um,
And men is always worth your time to spend time paying attention to your wife. It's always worth it.
mhm.
You can never go wrong. Even if it's, dropping what you're doing for 15, 20 minutes just to let her know that, you were thinking of her or whatever the case is. I try to do that as much as possible, no matter how busy I am, what I got going on. I always try to make sure to um, take time out to, even if you see, I work a lot from home, so I can always pop my head in and go, hey, everything good. But she always knows that I'm around and,
And most importantly, like, I can't express this enough. You have to be praying in a marriage. And if you feel like your spouse and yourself, if y'all feel like you're not connecting and there's a lot of tension, all that stuff, go into prayer. Like, I cannot express that enough. Because again, God is a God of covenant, and when you go to Him boldly and you're just like, Lord, this is going on, this needs to happen, this is my thoughts, this is my feelings, this is what's on my mind concerning my marriage and this and that, you need to go into prayer and
and
God will fix it. Period.
also, let me quick address this because a lot of you guys feel as if men should just know what's going on or read your mind or have a beat on the pulse of what's happening, and we are not thinking of those things exactly the way you are.
Okay.
So instead of assuming that we know what the problem is, let us know. Say something. Say, hey,
Okay.
the relationship is lacking this right now, and I need you
Mm-hmm.
to address it because I'm feeling this.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be surprised how men will go. Because listen, how many times have I told you, as
Communication.
smart as men are in certain areas, we're not smart in others.
Right.
And what we lack, you're supposed to have, and what you lack, we're supposed to have. And if we're lacking on that part, you need to fill us in because we're not see. We could be thinking everything's great.
Yep.
What are you talking about? Like things are
Yep.
perfect. What do you mean?
Yep.
Because how many times has that been the case in our situation where
Yep.
I'm thinking everything's a-okay,
Yep.
but yet you have a whole nother outlook on it.
Yep.
And because you're looking at it emotionally and I'm looking at it in black and white.
Mm-hmm. And that's another thing. Again, the enemy will come into our minds. Okay, well, this must be happening. He's feeling like this. He hates me. He can't stand me anymore. Oh, I got fat. Oh, he don't want to touch me. And you get what I'm saying? Like, our minds just get to like going crazy. So yeah, it's best that you vocalize how you feel and pray always. That's always going to be the answer. Um, is there anything else you want to say? Because if not, I'm gonna pray us out of here.
No, go ahead.
They what? They all do have.
JG, how you doing?
Hi, GJ.
GJ, I'm sorry.
Hi, GJ. Um,
Listen,
yes,
I don't know
I eat
why kids
nuclear
are.
bombs.
I don't know why kids are like,
Go to
Go
sleep.
to bed.
You are
It's past y'all
tired.
bedtime.
You are tired, but it's cool.
Where's your parents?
Right.
Like, that's the real question. No, where's
Um,
your dad?
wait, is that everything?
Yeah.
Okay, if that's everything, I'm gonna pray us out. Lord Heavenly Father, I thank you. Thank you for this live. I thank you for your grace, your mercy. Thank you for keeping us. You said where 2 and 3 are gathered in your name, you are in the mix. So thank you, Father God, for this opportunity to lift you up tonight, to give you praise, to give you honor, to give you glory, and to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. I pray right now that you would touch each and every single person, that they may be patient and wait for their spouses. Father God, I pray that each and every young man will find his wife. Lord God, I pray that you would just put your blessing on each and every marriage tonight, Lord. I ask that you would cover it in your blood. I ask all of these things in Jesus' mighty, holy, and precious name. Amen. God bless you all and good night.
All right, y'all. Till
Um,
next time. Children, go to bed or go find your fathers.
I love y'all. Mwah.